We are going on with Mathematics Paper 1 of November 2021. Let us start question 11. After traveling a distance of 20 kilometers from home, a person suddenly remembers that he did not close the tap in his garden. He decides to turn around immediately and return home to close the tap. The cost of water, at the rate at which the water is flowing out of the tap, is R1.60 per hour. The cost of petrol is 1.2 plus x over 4,000 rands per kilometer, where x is the average speed in kilometers per hour. Calculate the average speed at which the person must travel home to keep his costs as low as possible. So let's just highlight the information that's necessary. The person traveled a distance of 20 kilometers. Then the cost of water is R1.60 per hour, and the cost of petrol is 1.2 plus x over 4,000 rands per kilometer, where x is the average speed. So after highlighting that information, we see we have distance, we have per hour, which is time, and we have speed. So we need to calculate the average speed in terms of cost, because we also have the cost of water and the cost of petrol. And we want to keep cost as low as possible. So using that information, I'll use the distance is equals to speed times time triangle. And this will help me to write down the cost of water and petrol in terms of x, which is speed. So let's start with the cost of water. We need the t in terms of x. So t is time, and that is equals to the distance, which is 20 kilometers, over x, which is the speed in kilometers per hour. Therefore, the cost of water would be R1.60 times the time, where the time is represented by 20 over x. So if I simplify that, the cost of water is 32 over x. Next, we can find the cost of petrol, which is this expression per kilometer. And we know that we are traveling by 20 kilometers. So the cost of petrol is 1.2 plus x over 4,000 times 20, because we are traveling 20 kilometers. And if I simplify that, I have 24 plus x over 200. So our total cost would be the cost of water, which is 32 over x, plus the cost of petrol, which is 24 plus x over 200. And we want to find the value of x, which is the speed, where the cost is a minimum. So to find the minimum, we take the first derivative and set that equal to 0. That will help us to find the value of x, where the cost would be a minimum, or its lowest. So if I rewrite this cost expression, I have 32 times x to the power of -1 plus 24 plus 1 over 200x. And the first derivative would be negative 32 x to the power of -2 plus 1 over 200. So cost will be a minimum where the first derivative is equal to 0. And I'll rewrite the first term as -32 over x squared. Now I will solve for x. So I take the first term over, then I will cross multiply. So that is x squared is equals to 6,400. And I take the square root. So therefore the average speed at which I need to travel is 80 kilometers per hour.